Mic test. Mic test. There we go. It's been, I think, 7 days since the last one. I'll be finishing off what I worked on last stream, which was this bit over here. I have been working on this base since then, but I've been saving the part I was working on last time for later. Somebody out there? Hopefully the microphone isn't that bad this time. To be honest, it wasn't terrible last time either, but I've organized some stuff. You may notice I have a ton of glass and stuff. Don't I have another glass? Yeah, here. That is for what's over there, but I'm not going to show that yet. I've been working on another project on the to-do list off camera, which I'll be finishing up the beginning stages hopefully today. Where did I put that pickaxe? There it is. Let's see, is this thing working? Is it working? Is this thing working? Yeah, it is. Who knows if anyone will show up. So for those who didn't watch the first part, I finished up this. So there was once stone here that I broke down and replaced with cobblestone. And then I I did that here, not here, even though I did that there too, but that was off camera. Why do I always feel weird when I start one of these streams? And then I completed the layer of cobblestone that's there now. And then I broke all the dirt scaffolding that was under this. So today I will be breaking this layer and placing the dirt there. But unlike last time, I might actually do it in reverse order. Let's see, where is the hole? What is going on? I think I'm just hearing people upstairs. Yeah, that's nothing I should be worried about. So last stream, once I finished this, I placed the gravel path here. Thankfully there's 2 holes on both these sides so I can access these areas, and I'm going to place the dirt ahead of time. And then we'll reveal it by breaking the stone. I think that's a good idea. Yesterday was pretty interesting for me. As it was my birthday. I think I talked about this the last stream. I turned 21 yesterday, and my dad was really fixated on the idea of us going to a bar and me ordering a drink, because obviously that's the right you gain when you get to this age in the United States. But I am not someone who has ever intended on drinking, so I was just like, if we do this, we're just going to go to a bar, buy 2 drinks, and I guess I buy one of them, and you're just gonna drink both of them. There's no point. And yet he still wanted to do it anyway. Like, he kept talking about it to me, he kept like bringing it up when relatives would call him for my birthday, like hyping himself up for it or whatever to fulfill this tradition. And eventually I was just like, he's like, when do you want to do it? Earlier? Like, we can do it in an hour, or we can do it in a few hours. I'm like, how about we just don't do it? And like, after enough argument or whatever, he was finally like, fine. But as a result, it's like, I'm not picking up pizza for you. Like, okay, like, you got really upset with me or whatever. Because it's like, I don't know why he was so obsessed with it. Obviously a tradition thing, probably. He kept saying like, oh, like, you'll, like, in the, like, let's say 30 years from now, you can say that you did it. And I'm just like, do you think that matters to me? It's like, he's been well aware for years that I have 0 interest in drinking whatsoever. And I talked about this in the previous stream. One of the previous streams. It was like, I guess I'm a teetotaler, that's the term for it. I had no idea that was a term when I decided to do this for myself. Because I'm just like, all you ever hear about this stuff is terrible things. Like, sure, maybe it's fun in the short term, but it is terrible in the long term for many reasons. So I'm like, why would I do this? Why would I do it? And yet he's trying to like force this tradition upon me. I'm like, I'm easily the worst person to try to do this with. Because one, I avoid alcohol. I've always intended to avoid it. 2, I'm an antisocial individual, so I won't even want to talk to the bartender. And 3, I've always hated attention, especially on my birthday. Birthdays at school for me were some of my most dreaded days of the year because of it. So I'm like, why would I want that with individuals I don't know, an environment I've never intended to go to or be in? Just everything about that was like, no, why would I want this? So it was just kind of interesting. In the end, like, I still got pizza, but my brother had to go pick it up instead. And then, to my surprise, my sister Ubered in some ice cream or whatever. as well as like a gift for my birthday, but I'm just like, she's never done this before. Oops. Oopsie. There we go. Oh, perfect. I was like, do I need to make a new hole? I guess not. Okay. Now time to get more dirt. I'll keep my head down so I don't see the thing I was working on, because I want that to kind of be a surprise. I've been working on something for the last 3 days. Can I take from a different dirt chest? Yeah, I can take from this one. Because I need some dirt for something else. But yeah, this is all the dirt I have. So I'm probably going to need to get more dirt for this project. But we'll see. I think I talked about this. I might go back to those comic shops that I went to a week or so ago. Here's the hole. So you need to remember this is where the hole is. And then hopefully this weekend, if we don't get bad weather, I'll go to the other collectible store that I like to go to a lot, that I've been going to for, I probably went there the first time in 2018. That sounds about right. So good, like 7-8 years ago. It's kind of funny that we're now coming to the end of the first month of the year. I can foresee this year being an interesting one. I guess we'll see where it goes. I hope the mic quality is okay, but I don't want to keep checking it, because that was annoying to do last time. Obviously, this section should be even in size to the other one. Maybe not in shape, but in size. So I should have plenty enough dirt for this. It's not like I plan on keeping this dirt here forever. It's like I'm gonna build stuff on top of this. And I'm also going to dig a hole in the ground to access the beach area. Last night, in a creative copy that I made of the world, I decided to make a big map wall of the whole end base, excluding the minecart track and dugout area of the outer end to the outer end islands, because I was just like, I have no idea how long this is. Because everything looks the same for a good probably like 4 or 5 maps to get there. Why does my body do this? Why does it keep making weird noises when I'm doing this? Maybe it's that grass is growing pretty decently. Maybe it's nervousness thing. I don't know. Nobody's even here. But I guess it's, there's always the possibility a bunch of people will watch this in the future. The word teetotaler doesn't really make much sense. It has nothing to do with tea, so I don't really get it. The total part I get, but why tea? My only guess would be, oh, instead of drinking alcohol, they drink tea instead. But I'm like, there's plenty of other things to drink instead, so that's my best guess, though. Yeah, I have plenty. Let's see, I don't really know. I have a vague idea of what I want the path down to the beach to look like. But I'm not 100% certain. Like, I'm thinking each step down be like 3 blocks wide. My best guess. And then it'd be 7 blocks wide and 2 blocks on the sides. Okay, so time to break this down. Hopefully I don't have to repair this. Why isn't... Okay, there we go. I think it's taking a while for the durability to go down. Oh, I do have torches in my inventory. Yeah, this is going to be the majority of this stream, I feel like. I think I want the entrance to this area to be on this section, so I'm going to make a hole in here. Somewhere. Last night I had like Sanity sent me a picture or a video clip. It's just like I don't have the PlayStation app. I can't see it, but I guess I in the rush of typing it or whatever, just typing it, I somehow missed the fact that I didn't write C in the sentence. It was like, I don't have the PlayStation app. I can't it, which is funny. Hopefully the durability lasts long enough. This isn't a ton of stone, I think, so it should be fine, but I don't know. If I do have to repair it, I should hopefully have enough. I finally made the picture for Opposite Day on the community tab I use of the 2 Gundam pixel arts. I've already posted them on the channel last year at some point, but for these community post versions, like community tab versions, I'm like a long time ago I made purpose-built or purpose-made pictures for those, and I've just been waiting like months for Opposite Day to finally post that picture. It's It's two Gundam pixel arts. One is the Xeon captured GM, and the other is the Federation captured Zagok. And I was like, waiting forever for this, and I post it, and then it turns out like a ton of other people post things the same day for whatever reason, and they're not even opposite day themed like mine was. And nobody so far has liked it, so I'm like, I don't think anyone's even seen it. So it's like, dang it. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that I included a link to the playlist where I get the pixel art templates from. Something about it, about that I don't think it likes, which is unfortunate. Oh well, you can still see it if you check the community tab itself, but no one does that. They only ever really see the posts. Even if they come up and they're recommended, that most people don't actually check community tabs, so yeah, I'm probably never gonna get any likes on that, unfortunately. Waited months to do that and no one even sees it. I guess I should be used to that. Like sometimes, like I work weeks sometimes on some of these videos, especially like my themed week videos, and then only like maybe a handful of people watch the videos and that's it. I'm like, sure, I never make money on any of these things. I do it for fun, but at least I do like to see if people see them. Not that I expect it. It's like, so, whatever. I've been looking into ideas for what to get for my birthday as like a present or whatever, and I thought of a few things. One of them, which is something I might actually get. Here is somebody. Hello. How are you? Yeah, I saw that you sent me a video last night, but I couldn't see it because I don't have the PS app. I don't know why I have not downloaded that. It's like, but it's just, oh, I need to, if I download it, I need to get the account information from the dang, like, printer paper in my dad's room, and, like, his files of stuff. So I'm like, okay. How about me? Doing okay. Just finishing up this stage of the project. So anyway, when you sent me that, I just finished working on a bit of another part of the project that I haven't talked about yet. I don't know if you saw the picture. You probably did at this point, but it's kind of funny. Like, oh, it's weird. I'm getting texts from people when I'm working on this. It's like I don't get that many messages, at least to me anymore. Like one weird one I got. I don't know if you know who this guy is, but I got a text from another friend I used to play with a lot, but I'm trying to remember which, like, I get some of them confused. I think it was Glitchy Owl, which I'm like, is the same person as CR Fergus, or is that a different person? I forget. And he texted me, hey, can I join your Minecraft world, when I just started working on the project that picture was connected to. And because like he apparently re-downloaded the game, and I was like, why do you ask? And it's like, well, I re-downloaded the game and I really don't know what to do, or he's just lost or whatever. That's what he said, I think. It was just like, and then he sent me a party invite, and then I'm like, well, I don't have PS Plus right now, so that's not really possible. It was just kind of funny. I'm like, you could have waited to send that until I said that. Yeah, like he sent me a message, and I'm like, you haven't, just like you haven't sent me a message in like 4 years. It was just kind of funny. I definitely need to get around to getting PS Plus again. It's just like, at the moment, I only have one game installed that uses it, and it's Minecraft. That's the only game I have installed at the moment that makes use of it. Otherwise, it's like, I can play Minecraft, I can play Fortnite with people, I can play GBO2 with people, but yeah. I don't buy games much. Like, I don't know. It's like my PS Plus expired, and I would always check PS Plus every month to see like, oh, is there a cool game I can add to my library just in case I ever want to download them? But to this day, I don't think I've ever downloaded a PS Plus game, which I find funny. Yeah. It was funny. Like, I have the only PS Plus game I can think of that I ever downloaded was Ark, but that's because I already had it. It was just, oh, I can now install it without needing to put the disc in. That's like the only one I can think of that I ever actually used. Because I got Ark as, I think, a birthday or Christmas present as a physical disc. And that's when I think we played it for the first time that one December many years ago. Okay, I need to put stuff away. I haven't played Ark in forever. I don't even know what the current situation with the game is. I'm like, I know Ark 2 came out. Is Ark 1 even still available to play? I don't know. I thought they should maybe shut the servers down or something. So it was like, and nobody's asked me to play it. Not that I can at the moment. Yeah, that was like 2018. It was around, I think, the time that we played Minecraft together for the first time. Oh, Ark 2 comes out. I thought it already came out. Or am I thinking of beta builds or something, or whatever, like early access? I might be thinking of that. I don't know. I haven't watched any Ark-related videos in... God. I don't know. Many years. It was kind of funny, like, that game's now about 10 years old, is when, like, it became early access on PC. That's when I probably watched it the most, was during the early access days. I thought it was a fun game. Like, 2015 for videos was, like, big for dinosaurs for me. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, there's not that many games on console that allow for mod access. Or mod support. Well, I'm betting that's a PS5 thing, so I can't even do that either. Which is... It's like, at this point, it's just like, do I even need to get a PS5? It's like, we're probably a year away from PlayStation 6, but I don't know if I'd even want to buy that either. Eventually, like, eventually I will. That was that a yawn mixed with me talking? I think it was. Like, eventually I'll get a PS5, but it'll probably be when this PS4 starts to break down. Like, that's what I did with the PS3. I used that thing until it literally broke. And then I got a PS4. It's like I'm still waiting for like a Battlefront 3 or I don't know, something like that. Like some game I've wanted to play or wanted to come out forever, and there just hasn't been anything like that. But to be fair, I have very limited interest when it comes to games, as you probably noticed. Even though I'm always like, oh, maybe I should play like Sonic Mania or something once. Like I have it on my PS Plus. They probably added that to PS Plus like 7 years ago, but I got it the month it was there. Because I'm like, oh, this looks like a fun game. But I never downloaded it. I need to think of what games do I have on my PS Plus. I don't really remember, but I remember I downloaded a decent, or added a decent amount to the library. I just haven't gotten around to play. I remember, like a month or so ago, when I didn't have PS Plus, they added Totally Accurate Battle Simulator to PS Plus, and I was like, should I get PS Plus just to download this? And I was like, probably not. It's like, I find that game funny, but I haven't watched anything about it since like 2016. So it's not really, I find it funny to watch, but I don't know if I'd find it fun to play. Like, yeah, it makes sense. I need to get a PS5. It's just like one of the biggest reasons for like why I should probably get a PS5 eventually would be like up until a year or so ago, on a weekly basis, I had to transfer between apartments, and I brought the PS4 with me. And if I have to start doing that again, I might as well get a PS5 so I can play, so I can keep that over there at the other one instead of dragging this thing around again. Because at this point, I dragged this dang thing around so dang often, I'm saying dang a lot, that the box is literally falling apart. So I can't do that anymore. I can't bring this PS4 between homes anymore, if I ever have to do that again. So yeah, I'll probably get a PS5 then, whenever that is. Probably just a regular one with the disc drive. I don't have many disc games, but that would be compatible with it, but I have some important ones, so like for instance, Garden Warfare 2 and Battlefront 1 are disc games. I put a disc in the console to play those, so I'm like, I kind of want to play those games still on occasion, maybe, so I kind of need to get one with a disc drive to play that. So I'm like, why does the PS5 Pro not have a disc drive? What's the point in that? Why would you make the console worse? Like, sure, graphically it might be better than the standard model, but it's like, really, it's like, the games I play look fine enough, so graphics weren't really the reason I would buy a PS5. Sure, the loading times, but that's really the only advantage I can think of, besides for exclusive games, but I don't know. I haven't really been paying much attention to that many exclusive games. Was there a special one that I saw? I don't remember. Like the new Lego Batman game looks interesting, but I don't know if I'd buy a new console for a Lego game. So we're now halfway through breaking this down. 3/4. Yeah, last night I went into a copy of this world, like a creative copy, and made an entire like map of the end base, and I was like, geez, I didn't realize how big this secondary island was in comparison to the regular one. It's massive in comparison. It's like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I have been working on it longer than that took me, so. It's like the end island's tiny. But I'm like, I guess that makes sense. It's just like I got lucky with this end island because the other survival world I have on PlayStation that has access to the end, that end island was like Swiss cheese. There was holes everywhere. Like, it was ridiculous. So I'm like, I got lucky with the one I have that's like the perfect shape to be terraformed. The other one was not. It was a weird shape. I really hope I didn't break a torch. Did I break a torch? I think I did. I have no idea what that was, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just see what looks dark and place a torch there later. Okay, need to put cobble back. of see it from here. Jeez, I have so much cobblestone. Guess I'll put it in here. And I don't need this dirt right now. I'll put it in here. Did I have another dirt chest? Yeah, okay. Maybe I should have put it in there. I'll keep it in there though. Cause I'm not done with that yet. Yeah, I have plenty of durability left. I can't imagine completing this next part of this project should take that long. It's like I don't need to make it look good if it's going to be underground. If you can call that underground, it's more just under the surface, because this is completely artificial. Are you working on something in Minecraft right now? I don't even know if he's still here. He probably is, but I don't really know what that one means. I'm like, is that me? Is that him? I wonder, can Minecraft, Bedrock on PS4 and PS5 play together? I imagine they can. From what I understand, they're technically two different versions now. So I wonder how that works. This morning when I logged on, I got another message on Minecraft saying, sign in to get your cape. And I'm like, you already gave it to me months ago. And I wasn't even signed in. Why are you telling me about this? The only cape I really liked to use was the Golden Creeper one that they accidentally gave out. That cape was initially meant to be like, I don't think it was a Minecon thing, was it? It was like a convention related cape. Like they gave out like codes for it and stuff when they announced that they were bringing capes to Bedrock Edition. And it's like, oh yeah, when the capes come out, type in this code on the website and you'll get it. But they messed it up. So when the capes came out, not only did they give people the pancake cape for I forget what particular reason. I think it was given to accounts that existed either before that or accounts that were on the console edition or something. I don't know. I forget. But they also gave out that one by accident. And I was like, oh, this is cool. And I used it. And eventually they took it away from accounts, but if you put it on uh, your like a character preset, it wouldn't take it off. So for like a whole like few years, I had that golden Minecraft cape on the main preset I use. Eventually they did take it away, but it was kind of funny. It's like, oh, here's the special thing. Oops, we accidentally gave it to everybody. Let's fix that. But it took them forever to actually remove it from everyone. I think I talked about this last stream. I have the copper cape. I wasn't logged in when they did it, but I was like, oh, so the requirement is I need to place a certain amount of copper golems. Doesn't matter if it's creative or survival. Okay, created a creative super flat, placed hundreds of copper golems. So I was like, okay, that should do it. We'll see if I get it. But I was like, I'm not logged in, so I probably won't get it. Fast forward a few months, and I look and I realize, oh, I have it. I guess they gave it to me even though I wasn't logged in when I did it. So I'm like, how does this work? Is it given to accounts that at least have been signed in at some point? Because I'm like, I'm not signed in right now, so why did you give it to me right now? Kind of wish I crafted a spear and killed 5 mobs so I could have gotten the zombie horse cape. But I wasn't sure if I would get it because I wasn't signed in, because I didn't realize I had the copper cape yet. So I was just like, okay, I guess I just won't craft it then if I probably can't get it. So I didn't get it. And they only had that as like a thing you could do for like 5 days, and we're just like, that's such a short period of time. I guess I understand it's a super easy thing to do, but, and so is the other one, but it's kind of weird. It's kind of funny how easy they've made some capes to get. I think I only have 3 though. I have the grass cape, the pan cape, I guess I'll call it, and the copper cape, which, to be honest, I like the look of more than the zombie horse cape, so I'm not really complaining. Especially the elytra, where it's like a graded look. I think that looks really cool. Okay, let's see. So that's underneath this. There we go. This was Saturday. I went to I don't think I made posts about this. I went to my local comic shop a few days ago to see if they had anything new, and they didn't have that much. But 2 things I noticed were 2 McFarlane Halo figures, which I'm like, they rarely get those in, so I thought that was cool to see them. They had what was the exact phrasing? I guess I need to look at a picture of the back of the box to see what they called the color, but like let's say the maroon Scout for $30. These are both carded figures. Originally a Diamond exclusive, rest in peace. They went out of business last year, which is ridiculous because they're like a gigantic comic book distributor. So I'm like, how did we not realize you weren't doing well? And then the other one was the yellow CQB. These are both Halo 3 figures. that was $50 from, which was originally a Suncoast / FYE for your entertainment exclusive. I remember hearing about FYE as a kid, but I don't think I've ever been to one. I feel like the closest one to me is probably like 4 hours from here. If not like 8, I don't know. I don't even know if it's in the state. I feel like I looked it up not long ago, but for whatever reason. Another funny thing I spotted in there was, so late last year, I bought a Transformers Minicon there for $5, which was Rampage from, I think it was Rampage, from BotCon 2008 for $5. And I was like, is another one of these in here somewhere? I was like, there might be, but I wasn't really looking that hard. And I realized, oh yeah, there was, or there is, another BotCon 2008 Minicon, Predacon Minicon in there. And it was Dive Bomb is his original name. I don't know if they had the trademark at the time. Also for $5, but I'm like, in comparison to Rampage, he doesn't look that good. So I don't know if I'd get him. I'd buy him if the third one was there, but I don't know if Razor Claw was there. So it was kind of funny to realize, oh yeah, he's there. Also for $5. Saturday, so later the same day, late at night, I was working on the project, the other part of this project that'll show up later. Around the same time, or maybe it was a day later, that Glitchy Owl talked to me. And I realized, oh wait, today was the event. Was the day that they were going to hold that event about Dragon Ball in Japan. And they finally announced the continuation for Dragon Ball Super after 8 years. So I thought that was funny. I'm like, seriously? So I texted, I have no idea if he's still here. He hasn't said anything in forever. Boogies about it, because anytime we played Xenoverse, I talked about it. But like, what the current rumor is. And I'm just like, and I just said, it finally happened. It's like, what, the snow? And I was like, no, not that. It's something we've been talking about for years. It's like, Dragon Ball Super's back. So I thought that was funny. I'm trying to think what he was doing at the time. He was probably playing, like Roblox or something. Maybe not that. I forget what he was doing. That might be right. Plays that a lot. Is that under that? Yeah. So before I make the tunnel, after I destroy these blocks, I will show off the other thing I was working on. help if I had a shovel. Oh, I already put something under this. This is nice to finally have completed. Think about it, I probably don't need that torch. Is my flipping headset cutting out again? Is my flipping headset cutting out again? I don't know. Like, it's hard to tell when you're in the end because, like, sometimes you'll hear static sounds because they're part of the music track in the background. So it's like, it's kind of difficult. Because that's that done. So eventually I'll make a hole in the ground around here somewhere. In fact, let's probably try to set that up now. Do I have gravel up here? I don't think I do. kind of need that. Yeah, I moved all the gravel downstairs, okay. Or down the ladder. Before he showed up, I can't tell if he's here. I was talking about what I might get. Might decide to buy as a present for my birthday. I thought about a few different things. Let's look at my eBay watch list just to see what cool things I've come across recently. Like, one cool thing I came across recently was someone from Minnesota listed a G1 Skyquake. They listed as G2 though for whatever reason. For $100 or $110 plus 6 shipping without any stickers on it, which are just like, that's probably what I'd prefer, because then I can buy a repro sticker set from like Australia, because apparently that's where it's only like someone from Australia that makes them. And I'd buy it there. See, so I don't know if I want it right here exactly. Let's say here. And I've actually seen a G1 Skyquake before. My local comic shop got one in for $100 with all of its stickers on it, but they were in like all the wrong places. For $100, I'm like, I don't know if I want to. Like, one, the stickers were the biggest problem to me, because they're just like, it kind of looks ugly with them all in weird spots. And I'm like, do I want to spend $100 on something that has gold plastic syndrome? It's not a terrible case of it. It's really just if you transform it, or you can't really. It's more that you just can't use the gimmick with it. It's not like it has a very high chance of breaking. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, I guess I'll get rid of this. I don't know if I'll use that land for anything else, but to be fair, I might expand this island further out. The reason the island, like, I was thinking about it, why is the island the size it is? It's like, oh, it's because I wanted it to match up with how long the platform under the end island is over there. So that's why it's this certain size. But I liked it, and then I got sent an offer for it for $99 plus 6 instead of $110. So I'm like, okay. A little tempting. And then one thing I tried to find but couldn't find one really was the Gundam MSA, like, Sunrise AU-10, I believe. I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's how it's spelled, at least. Like IEYUUTAN 2. Like Shark's Gundam Mark II. That was a figure that I liked the look of, and for some reason I remember, like, I swear there was a what if scenario in a Gundam game to where you can get a Char's colored Gundam Mark II, but I was like, was there a what if scenario in a Gundam game where Char Char can join the Titans and he's given that? But I'm just like, I couldn't find it. I couldn't find where that was, so... Like, where am I remembering this? I don't know. Like, I thought it was like Gundam vs. Zeta Gundam. I thought that was something in that game, but I can't find any evidence for it. Oh well. So I need to keep going. Until I reach... Let's see. So I want 2 blocks and 2 grass blocks. Let's say that. Well, it's going to be this one here. Maybe another one down. But yeah, so I tried to find one, but pretty much that figure came in a special limited edition 3-pack that was either like a giveaway prize item to celebrate the release of that game in Hong Kong specifically, or it was like a pre-order prize for whatever reason. I don't really know what those... It came with a set of 3 figures in Char's colors, which were the Zeta Gundam, the Yakushiki, and the Gundam Mark II, and out of those 3, the Gundam Mark II was the one I liked the most. So, like, oh, I would like to get that. I remember I saw one sold on Mandarake last year, and it's still up, the sold listing for it. And it sold for like dirt cheap, like 20 bucks or something. Well, equivalent anyway. Like 2,000 something yen. I think it was like 2,400. And I'm just like, geez, this is a rare item even in Japan. I'm surprised this was this cheap. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be an issue. Huh. Okay. I can place the dirt because that isn't affected by physics. I really need a shovel. Put that there. How am I going to do this? Probably scaffolding. But I can't do that yet, so... Well, at least it's now set up. Well, actually, now that I think about it, this is not how I want it to be set up. I want it to be like this. Because I want it to be... Actually, now I think about it, I might... I don't know, I think... Yeah, that's fine. Then it'll go down by 3s until it reaches down there. So yeah, that's how I'm going to do this. So now I will show off, like, I guess I'll continue talking about that first. So I tried finding that, but I couldn't, because the only ones on eBay I could find were in the set of 3, and there's only one listed for that right now. And the set of 3 was like $1,000 from Japan, plus like some ridiculous shipping number. And I'm like, Jesus, okay, well, I'm not going for that. So like, I guess I'll just have to get lucky to find one for cheap on Bedrock someday. For the once in a blue moon those show up, because like there was evidence that loose copies of each of the 3 figures from that set showed up at different locations on that store, probably within sometime last year or so. So I'm like, okay, well, I saw like something about like 400. Like, is there only 400 copies of this? I don't really know. There's not much information about it. Anyway. Okay, so let's prep for what I want to do now. And then I'll finish the tunnel down later. I need an axe. I don't think, well, I have one, but I need a better one. So I'll just make one. There we go, axe. I need 3 buckets. Do I have any buckets in here? I do, so I just need to make 1. And I need glass and cobblestone. Yeah, nobody's even here anymore. Oh well. Let's put this dirt away. This away. Just put everything away I don't need at the moment. I need cobblestone and glass. Yeah, this stone is probably what I'm going to use for that. It's probably way too much. Yeah, that's easily way too much. Just stick to that, and then glass. Or not say glass. I grabbed stone. What is wrong with me? Glass. It's probably too much as well, but okay. So it is time to showcase what I've been working on over the last 3 or so days. Let's take that. So one project that was on the to-do list was the reverse pyramid, and it's pretty much just an upside down pyramid, the same size as the one I have in the overworld. And I started working on it. This is the object I finished last night when Zenity talked to me and sent me the video, which is the path to it. But that's the path that I made to start construction on it, and I now need to tear it down. And I've left this section here to fill in on camera just to showcase what that kind of looked like. I have an 8x speed video ready for this. I didn't record all of it. I think it's just me like completing one of the 4 main structural supports and then going from there to connect it to there, I think, and that's it. And then after that it's me filling in, I think, that glass panel and then the rest of that one, and then remaking that. So it's not that much footage. It's not like an 18-minute 8x speed video, but still just wanted to document some of the process. I thought I just saw something, but I think it was just the reflection off of a car outside. It just went across the door into my dad's room, and it almost looked like a flipping ghost. But no, I'm pretty sure it was just the light reflecting. So you can see, so this is the perilous structure. I'll be destroying this later with this axe I'm holding right now, but I'm not going to at the moment because I want to finish this up real quick, and then I'll come back to destroy that. So let's plug that hole and plug this one. I was waiting to plug those until I had a way to actually get here without crossing that bridge. I first made this as a test, like the position this is in is based on the test version of this I made in a copy of this world, but it was at height level 0, so this is actually much higher up, like I think 60 blocks higher than the test version. You get a really good view of everything, which is nice. And basically what the purpose of this structure is this will be a gigantic greenhouse. It'll be a multi-layered greenhouse. So like this top section will be a big grass platform, and then there'll be like a water stream down to the center, and then it'll have like layers of grass and cobblestone. And on each layer will be like different farms. And then I was like, on the top grass platform, I was like, do I want to actually combine 2 projects and make this the top of it a where the gigantic tree house will go? Initially I had plans to make the big tree house as like the center piece for like the expanded version of the second platform, so like the other one across that water area. I'll probably double or triple it in size, and then the center would be the gigantic treehouse. But I was like, the day before the Dragon Ball reveal, I was like, wouldn't it be cool? Because originally I was like, of course, their first pyramid was originally planned to just be an upside down pyramid, but then I was like, what if I made it a double-sided pyramid? And I did test that out in the test world, but now I'm like, what if I built the gigantic treehouse on top of the pyramid and it would look like Beerus's planet? And then fast forward like a day after I think of that, and they announced Dragon Ball Super Beerus, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. Like, what a coincidence that because like I don't pay attention to Dragon Ball much anymore, so I had no idea that, oh, there was leaks about that project. Apparently they're going to be practically like overhauling all of the Dragon Ball Super arcs, and they're starting with Battle of Gods. So I was like, okay, I didn't know they were doing that. So yeah, it was funny to think like, oh, maybe I'll make this look like Beerus's planet, and then fast forward, Beerus is relevant again. I'm like, oh, it's kind of funny. Oh yeah, I should probably continue talking about that Gundam Mark II. That's right, I was talking about that. I keep getting sidetracked. So I was like, I guess I'll just have to wait until I find one of these Once a Blue Moon find on Mandarake. But then, well, I think even before I decided that's probably how I'm going to do it, because that's still probably how I'm probably going to have to find it. But I actually did find one for a good price, but there was a catch. I found it listed on like Hong Kong's or just Southeast Asia in general's like equivalent to like Facebook Marketplace. So to get it, you'd have to like meet up in person with the seller. But it was like, I think it was like 350 Hong Kong dollars, which is about like 40 bucks USD. So I was just like, dang it, that's a great price for that. But I can't get it because I don't have a Hong Kong phone number, so I can't make an account. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just wait to find it some other time. Like I was like, there's too many hoops to jump through in order to get that, so I was like, nope, not worth it. Some other things I looked at beyond just that Gundam Mark II and Skyquake were, again, I thought about the Transformers United stepper. A mail-away exclusive, apparently. Like, I found one on eBay for $112 free shipping, I think. Is that how much it was? From the US? Yeah, 112, like 111 plus 79 cents free shipping. I'm like, oh, that's a good price. And I've always liked how that mold looked, and I've liked how that character looked. Like, I passed on a stepper last year. I found a G1 commemorative, like, stepper, the Japanese version. It's like the retro reissue from the early 2000s. I found the Japanese release of that at a comic shop in a city up north. And when I was visiting family last summer for like 80 bucks or something, I was like, oh, that's cool. It's cool to see a G1 stepper. They had a bunch of other figures too, but or Ricochet is his US name. But I decided, nah, I'd rather get the United one. So that's one thing, but the reason I'm kind of hesitant to choose it, even though that's a great price for it, was I actually recently got another use of that mold. Another rare use of that mold. It's my first time owning the Reveal the Shield Jazz, like Special Ops Jazz mold. And I was like, do I really want to have two of them in this haul? Do I? So, like, and it was cheaper than this was. And it was, I guess I'll say what it is. Basically, like last year, like late last year, two different BotCon 2012 kickovers were listed on eBay for about the same price, like $125, either with plus shipping or free shipping. I think it was free shipping for both of them. They were pretty much the same price. It's just one came with the card and one didn't. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll like those because that figure is weirdly expensive. Like, sure, BotCon figures are generally expensive, but like to that degree. But I'm like, him especially is really weird. I saw him in person at the collector's store I go to in one of the nearby cities for either $130 or $150 something like that. And I'm like, yeah, that's about what he's worth online normally, which I'm just like I think it was 150, and that's pretty much how much he's worth a lot of the time. And I was just like, why the heck would I get this? Like, it's cool to see it, but I'm just like, that's way too expensive for him, to me. He's always been a Bakon figure I like the look of, and I've always admired the mold he's based on. But I already have SS86 Jazz. I don't really need to get Special Ops, even though I like how he looks. So it's either him or Stepper that I'd want to get. But both of them are like super rare items. But then one of those sold, the one with the card and stuff, so the more complete one. And the other one didn't sell. And eventually, and I had it liked or whatever. Eventually, it wasn't really like I've liked multiple different kickovers over the years, just to see, maybe if I get an offer for it or whatever, I might consider getting it. But I didn't at the time. But I've never pulled the trigger on it until this one. Basically, this was a loose copy that had like a scuffed torso. It's not really that noticeable. And he reduced it from like the 125 or whatever. Like, he reduced it once to like 110 or something. And then out of nowhere, he reduced it from that. If he did reduce it once before. I don't remember if he reduced it from 125 to the amount I got it for, or if he reduced it before and then reduced it to that. But either way, he reduced it drastically once. One night. And I was like, wait, what? He reduced its price to $85. And I was just like, that's a great price for that. But I was so on the fence about it because I was just thinking, I'm like, I don't really have that much space left on my BotCon shelf. Do I want to get this? And I decided, you know what? Heck it. I'll get it. And I did, and I'm happy with it. Like, I got it for about, as I said, $85-ish. Another reason, I didn't bring enough glass? Really? How? Okay, I guess I'll get more. I thought I had enough in my inventory, but I guess not. Probably just I brought too much cobble. I guess I'll do this now. Well, actually I'll do it later. So this is the proper way that I built to get up here. It's a big boat ramp that connects to the transportation system. I finished building this when he texted me that video. So, and I'll be filling it up in a little bit with these. But I guess they need to grab more glass. Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. So I'm just like, I still like that Stepper figure, and that's a good price for it, but I'm just like, I don't know if I want to have two different black colored uses of this mold in the same haul photo. Do I really want that? I don't know, maybe. But another thing I considered that I found was a Halo Wars black Spartan figure. Black, it's more like a super dark brown. For McFarlane for $200 carded. I'm like, that's a lot of money for it, but this is something my mom's gonna get for me, so she has the money, so. But that's probably still the most expensive thing I'm thinking about. And then probably the next thing that I might actually get is another MSA figure of somewhat similar origin, kind of. It's another Hong Kong exclusive, which is weird. Like, but unlike the other one, which was like a giveaway prize or a pre-order bonus related to a video game, this was a giveaway prize at a convention, I believe, back in 2001 or so. It is the Zeta Gundam Titans version. So they took the Zeta Gundam, turned its white parts blue, like dark blue, and its like blue colors black, and gave it Titans logos in places. Unfortunately, because of its early release, it's not a repaint of the version 2 Zeta Gundam. It's a repaint of the version 1. So it can't transform, which is kind of unfortunate. But it's still a really cool figure. I think it's actually more expensive than the Stepper is. The Stepper is... Yeah, it's definitely... The Stepper is like $112 if you round it, free shipping. Whereas the Zeta Gundam is... How much? This is an item I found a long time ago. Yeah, found this last year. It's like $110 plus like $14 shipping. I'm like, oh. I don't really have a reference point for if that's a good deal or not, but it's a US listing. I'm sure it's a rare item even in Japan, so even though it's nowhere near as rare, it seems, as the I guess I'll cut this down now. As the shark colored mobile suits. But it was just interesting. But it is a prettier figure because it has special logos and stuff on it, where the other ones don't. But I do think those are really cool figures. So that's the one I'm highly considering. And if I don't go for any of those, that would be because I saw stuff on Bedrock that I wanted to order. But so far, the right combination of things haven't been available yet. So, still looking to get a Titans Gundam, but none from the warehouse have been available yet. So, but I know that figure isn't that rare, at least in comparison to the other things I've looked into considering, so other things I'm considering, so that wouldn't be a good option to get on its own off eBay or whatever. Still an expensive item off eBay, but I've seen that thing show up enough on Mandarake that I know that that's where I'll probably get it from. Then some other items that I found that I might consider getting with money for from my birthday are, I found last night or yesterday, I think someone listed a Halo Reach steel Spartan ODST for like 70 loose with offer as an option. So I was like, oh, I might send an offer to that and get that with some of my money. And then like before, I also found a Bandai Tamashii Nations NX Edge style Gundam Mark V. I like the story of Gundam Sentinel. I talked about it, I think, in the other stream, but so many of the items related to it are super popular and expensive. So I'm like, it's like, okay, well, if I want to get a Gundam Mark V, it's either this thing or for like a cheap option, or a Gundam Converge figure, and I'm like, out of those two, this is the better one. It's like, ideally I'd like to get like a Robot Spirits one, but those are like hundreds of bucks, so I'm just like, I don't know. I might still get that someday, but at the moment, no. But I found one from New York for $42 free shipping. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty good for that. But I don't know. Is anybody even watching this? Not that I can tell. I'm talking to the wind. There's nobody here. There we go. The platform is gone. So now I need to fill in that. I'm barely missing any. I don't need to grab this much. Why did I grab this as much? Okay. That looks nice now that it's actually floating. It looks cool. So once I plug that hole and then fill in the water, I'll then continue working on that. And then afterward, I'll probably start working on some of the layers for the greenhouse. I might even show off the test version I made in the prototype, like the creative copy of the world. Because I experimented with, basically this is set up to where I could pour lava down this if I wanted. And I thought it looked really cool. I had it like the lava was here on this panel and here, so these two were not obstructed, I think. But I was like, if I did do that, I would do it on these two, so at least I could see both islands. I might still do that, but if I do that, I'm going to do that last. Dang it, I don't have a, well, I don't need to, I don't have a pickaxe. So I can't break that open easily. Of course, there's always either a truck or a motorcycle out there making noise. Yeah, I can't break this down easily. Dang it. What the heck was that? What did I just hear? Sound like something fell somewhere, either upstairs or someone like banged at the door. It's disturbing. What time is it? 7:12. Jeez. Eventually, you can see it's like down a layer. This is where the dirt will be. And this is where the cobblestone under the dirt will be. Eventually I was like, oh, it would be cool if the water came into this area. And at some point I was like, wouldn't it be cool if this eventually served also as like an access point? Like a station? Like, what if I had more like transport ways, and this would be like the area to access the higher level ones? I think that would be awesome. However, I have no idea what the heck those would lead to, so if I ever do that, that's not going to be for a long time, because I have no idea. Ooh, Jesus. Oh my god. That was my flipping heart right now. Oh god. I just almost fell into the void. That is... No. That was terrifying. I don't know why I, like, ow. I don't know why I was even thinking about, like, yeah, I should probably avoid doing that, but I did it anyway. somehow. Okay. Well, it's the closest I've come to death while working on this project. So, there we go. So you can see here that this is set up for liquid to be poured down. So this will keep the liquid in the area that I want it to be. This is also just super easy. Like, this was very helpful for building it. But you can see there's like dividing walls. And this is left over from the process of initially planning on having stuff poured down, but I'm not sure if I will. Because it's like, what if I build stuff over here? It would be cool to get a 360 view of everything, right? But I don't know if I will build stuff over here is the thing. So, and if I do build stuff, like the Rainbow Road track and stuff, it'd probably be on the other side of that island. The main end island. Because there's like nothing over there on that side. There's stuff over here, but nothing over there. On the complete opposite side, so yeah. It looks really cool. I used a lot more glass in this pyramid than I did the other one in the overworld, because one, I felt like actually getting the glass, but two, like, the more glass the better, because Enderman can't spawn on it. So, it's less stuff for me to light up. Okay. So let's see here. I kind of want to do this. Why didn't I bring... Oop. Why didn't I bring a pickaxe? I guess I'll break these with my hand now. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't take too long. Unless I do that. One funny thing I was thinking about, I was rewatching some of like L Supersonic Q's lost media videos, and he makes ones about like canceled or hard to find merch, and I'm just like, this isn't really lost media if it's something that actually came out. It's just a rare thing that you didn't know came out. So it's just kind of funny. Like, does that count if you're talking about something that you realized does exist and is out there? It's just something you can't find. Does that count? I don't know. Let's watch this. This is dangerous. I could do this. Actually, no, I can't, because that'll prevent me from walking down it. Someone has their high beams on outside. Look at all the torches just collecting up. It's pretty funny. Okay. bringing the sand over that I used to make the glass, I actually decided to use... Yeah, I think that static is part of this particular music track, because I hear it every time it plays. Anyway, I decided to use a boat with a chest in it, and I was like, how does this work? It's like, oh, I can access the chest when I'm in the boat checking my inventory. That I can't access the chest when I'm not in the boat. I'm like, I guess that makes sense, because opening the button for opening a chest is the same as getting in the boat, so I just thought that was funny. I'm like, oh, I can't access... can't access the boat, the chest, if I'm not in the boat. That's interesting. Like, yeah, as I said, it's a transportation system for mobs and items if I use boat chests. Or chest boats. This is taking a while. This is how it's going to be when I use a boat to do this. Oh god, what? How did you spawn up there? That's not good. How did you get here? Just need to make sure I don't stare at him. Because this is water and slabs. They can't spawn on this, so I... How did you... I think it's probably something to do with... just... me being far away, like it thinks it's dark or something. It's weird. Like, obviously it's kind of buggy because the game isn't really used to people building things in the end, so it doesn't really know what to do. Thankfully this is all stuff they can't touch. Oh yeah, they probably spawned on this. Dang it. Yeah, I was far away with this not being lit up, so they spawned on this. Yeah, that's where they came from. That makes sense now. It's annoying. Because I was coming up to break this. I didn't want to break it when I was up here because I wanted to follow the water down. Okay, there we go. They still in here? He teleported somewhere. Where the heck did he go? Oh well. But yeah, this is really cool. Like, I'm really looking forward to this because I was like, I could just make a farm on the platform down there, but I was like, I want to do something more special. So I thought of, and I already had the reverse pyramid in mind, so I'm like, how about I make it a greenhouse? It's a gigantic, it's just a gigantic water slide. Whee! There we go. That's really cool. Well, he'll go away if I leave the area, so that's fine. Yeah, they must have spawned on that particular set of blocks, so it's fine. I wonder if he fell off. Now I think about it, he may have fallen off into the end, or into the void. They tend to do that sometimes. They don't have the smartest AI in the world. But I think that looks really cool. So let's get away from that Enderman. so he disappears for good. Let's get back to work on the other thing. Hopefully I can get most of it done today. I don't know how much time I have left alone. Oh yeah, yeah, that was after that. P Bandai finally put up the MS06 RP Zaku Spirits figure. That's a cool figure to me. Like I love that Zaku design, especially the head or whatever. But it's practically just a repaint of the MS06 R1 and R1A, just with a new head. And I'm like, is it really worth getting that just for the new head? Like, sure, it's a figure that I'll probably track down eventually because I do like how that Zaku looks, but I'd rather wait for them to release a more unique figure, like, let's say the Goof Heavy Arms type is something I've wanted them to make forever, but they still haven't done. I'm like, if they make that, I'll get it. But I don't know. Okay, so let's grab that. Well, I should put these buckets away. I don't need them. So I don't need the buckets. I don't need that. I don't need all this glass. It'll be nice to have this glass in the future for either if I actually do decide to make that double-sided, or if I ever make another one, I guess, or if I use glass for something else. Because I rarely use glass in builds. I think I've said one thing I intend to do is make a lot of the builds on this, like, 1.0 inspired, like in terms of like I would use blocks from like that version or earlier kind of thing, because I just like how builds from that period of time look, and also I'm not a great builder, so though I do intend to try to build better this time. Saving these for the greenhouse. I don't need that much. That should hopefully be enough gravel. Okay. And the pickaxe. I don't need this axe. Let's put that in here. Okay. How am I going to do this? But that looks really cool. Kind of see how it looks on the map. I need to update this now. So here is the way down. Oh yeah, I should have, well, I can use dirt for that. I'm gonna need mostly this stuff, but because I need to make the pathway down. Okay. Let's do that. Now I need to do the same as I go down. So 1. Oops. Oops. Sure, I have plenty for this, but I still don't like breaking that. Not that it's hard to make this stuff, it's just annoying. The dirt's more precious to me than the stone is. Because I can mass produce the stone. I can't do that for the dirt. Okay. So now let's do that again. At this level. Now, there we go. So that's the start. That should be enough for the hole that I need to make. I'll probably have like a structure over it to denote this is where the tunnel is. I was looking at my phone. They just keep spawning in there. So again, I saw a post for like, believe it or not, Knights of the Republic launched 20 years ago. This was a post by, I don't know, JJM Faraway on X from 2 days ago. 20 years ago, so 2006? Is that right? I thought those games were older than that. I don't know. Okay. I need this too. See. Yeah, this is probably the distance I'll need. One, two, three. So just put that there. here. Though, if I do make a structure that encloses this, then these torches will get destroyed, so. It's looking good though. I might need to destroy another layer. Yeah, because I needed to not get in the way. Now I think about it, I might be able to now do it without scaffolding now. Wait. No, I can't. Because I needed to go down a block, dang it. So I need to place the dirt. Yeah, okay. Let's place torches on this, just to prevent spawning. Yeah, I'm going to need to use scaffolding. Dang it. Yeah, there we go. So that's the start. But now I need to scaffold down. I'll be working down here going forward. Okay. Oops. Okay, there we go. Let's place a block there. Let's go up. Block there. looking good. Now I think about it, I might have enough scaffolding to build part of it so I can just access the area, and then I might have enough to have... Yeah, I probably have enough. Yeah, I definitely have enough to have an access area, and then enough to keep building it down. So that's good. There we go. So that's another layer down. Let's place torches. Can I reach from here? No. At least I have enough to do this. Oops. Okay. And I might as well do this while I'm at it. 2, 3. There we go. Okay. There we go. So this is going to travel a pretty far distance, but I think it will be cool. I hit my head there though. I might get rid of this layer. I think that's good now. Just so I don't hit my head. Not that that matters, but it feels better at least. I'll have like cobblestone walls with like torches in them going down. Kind of like my main base. Or my the main part in the center. The end island. It'll look kind of like that. Yeah, I can place these. Let's go back up there. Dang it. I think this will be cool. I was just scared by that. So I mentioned earlier, like probably an hour plus ago now, that my sister Ubered some like snacks, like ice cream. So I got two, I think not Ben and Jerry's, Haagen-Dazs, strawberry ice cream things, and also 2 bags. You can hear it, of Haribo Golden Bears. And they came from a CVS, so they were dropped off at the door in a CVS bag, and the CVS bag is still sitting on the couch next to me, and like I saw it move, and I was like, it startled me for a second. There we go. This is looking cool so far. Yeah, this is going to take a while. If I get interrupted while working on this, I'll probably end the stream and then I will continue to work on it off camera probably. Apparently, Dave Filoni became like president of Lucasfilm recently. I like the guy. I love his work, but I don't know if he's the best for that position. But oh well. We'll see where it goes. Ow. I need to get food. Let's go try to find some food. I'm sure I have some apples or something somewhere. Yeah, one thing I definitely plan on buying with my birthday money or whatever is the new Darth, like Lord Starkiller figure. I'm looking forward to that. Anything interesting get posted today? I saw the other day that somebody apparently found the Urban Fighter Clone Commando and Training Battle Droid 2-pack on clearance at Walmart. And I'm just like, why was that at a Walmart? My only guess would be that they got it as part of like their collector setup that some of them have. But I'm like, I don't remember ever seeing this. Because that's an Amazon exclusive. Like, at least it's supposed to be. But they've gotten other like random exclusives and stuff. Like others, previous exclusives in there for that collector setup. So I'm like, okay. Were they given stock of this? Do I not have food in here? Do I just not have any food? I don't want to die, so I should probably go back over there. Like, that's why I am making that, so I can have a gigantic food source. Because it's kind of annoying to rely on watermelons, apples I get from trees, and wheat all the time. I guess I could heat these up, but that's not going to last long. Yeah, not much. Before I started this stream, I was watching the Chill Zone's reaction to the new Lythero Marvel Rivals video. That's a hilarious video if you haven't watched it yet. First time he's made a video in like a year. But I got like halfway through it. It's like part 1, so he's not even, because it's like a 2 hour long video, so he's splitting the reaction to it into 2 videos. Anything interesting show up on eBay? Not really. Yeah, that's nothing new, is it? Nope. So you can see on the to-do list that I changed the reverse pyramid from no extra text to, where is it? Work in progress. So another thing I need to do is like, yeah, that static's coming from this particular music track. I wonder if the reason that guy thought my audio was bad was, even though I could tell it was kind of bad in some places. I wonder if that track specifically was playing when I started the stream the other night, or like last time. I'm curious. If so, that's bad luck. So it seems to be acting pretty fine today. So it's like I don't need to get a new controller and a new headset yet if it's just a one-off day that's weird. So it seems fine today. It's weird. You can see this is like kind of what I'm thinking. So be the 3, and this is what the wall will look like. That's my idea, but I might give that a fiery twist and use fire instead. I think that would be cool. Just to make it look different. But it would be very loud though, so I don't know if I would go with that. Because then I would just hear fire when I'm walking over that area. You can see the pyramid from here. It looks really cool. I might wait to harvest that. Nobody's watching it, okay. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, so hopefully I can finish the way down there before, you can see I need to update that to get rid of that. Because I realized it's like, oh, that's all that's going to change on this map. I guess I was like, dang it, I kind of wish I didn't make this map now. Because now I need to go back over there and fix it. To get rid of that. What's my next scheduled post again? I don't think I have a scheduled post for the rest of this month. No. The next scheduled post will be going up on February 4th for the 10th anniversary of BuzzFeed Unsolved. I don't remember if the episode that's actually celebrating is still up or not. It might not be, but yeah, so I think yeah, like February 4th, 2016. I remember I think I found that date through the wiki, because there was a wiki going over that series. It's like, oh yeah, the first episode came out on February 4th, so I'm like, okay. And then the next one will be 2 different posts on February 12th for the 12th anniversary of Twitch Plays Pokemon, and 10th for Deadpool. And then obviously Valentine's Day. And then late February, actually exactly a month from now, it's February 27th, even though actually maybe it should be the 26th because it's Japanese time now I think about it. Pokemon Red and Green will become 30 in a month, which is crazy to think about. Okay. Keep eating so I don't die the next time I fall. So yeah, I'm already pretty low down. Like, it didn't look as good from, like, I was like, oh, I need to travel such a long distance, but when I look at it from this perspective, that's not terrible. That's not terrible. It's alright, I think. Did I finish placing that stone? I did. So I might as well go back up. And then place some more dirt. There we go. It's going to take a while for the grass to spread down there, but it will eventually. So yeah, I'll probably just finish building this down. What you won't see is me surrounding this and decorating it. Which just imagine it being surrounded by cobblestone, pretty much. That's what it will look like. Jeez, they got a bunch of those on. I'm curious to see what the new mobile suit for GBO2 will be this week, because I'm guessing it will be, I don't know, maybe the gun easy would be my guess, because we got a grunt suit for what are they called? I don't know if it's the Jupiter Empire, is it? The bad guys from Victory Gundam. We got that last week. So like it only makes sense for the Elite Militaire to get their grunt suit next week or this week, so but I don't know if they'll do that. Wouldn't mind the gun easy though, but I don't know if they're going to do that yet. It's just a bunch of back and forward, that's what I'm doing to build this. Okay. Yeah, so for my birthday I had chocolate cake, I got brownies from Papa John's, and then 2 things of strawberry ice cream and gummy bears. I'm like, this is way too much. it was an okay day. Okay, there we go. So it's really just going, like, placing the stone, then going back up there, placing the dirt, and then repeat, pretty much. That seems to be what I'm doing. Until eventually I won't need to use scaffolding to place it anymore. Last night, for whatever reason, just before going to bed, I was thinking about, like, while brushing my teeth, I was like, how many Gundams did the MSA line make for Universal Century, specifically? I was like, if I counted everything else, I was like, I would be here all day, but... And there was also counting, like, the specific mobile suit, not, like, how many releases of that mobile suit did they release, because that would also take forever. So eventually I got to, like, I think 32 different ones. It's like Prototype Gundam, the G3, Full Armor, Ground Gundam EZ8, Gundam Unit 4, Gundam Unit 5. Was that 6 so far? Then the Alex. Then there's the Real Type Gundam. The Titans Gundam, Caswell's Gundam. I'm trying to think of, like, I don't know if the Caswell Gundam is a one-year war thing. I'm not entirely familiar with its backstory. Why do I have 2 things of stone? I need this. The Rollout Colors Gundam. I think the Caswell, Real Type, and Rollout were the last ones I thought of, because I somehow forgot about those. Is that it for one-year war ones? I forget. And, like, I was excluding things like multiple different G3s or multiple different standard Gundams. Then I got to the GPO-1, the GPO-1FB, the GPO-2, the GPO-3. Like, this isn't the order I thought of them. Like I already thought of the Titans Gundam, but I was like, I'll list this with the other Titans-related Gundams, even though it's not a Grips 4 mobile suit. Okay, yeah, it's getting pretty low now that I might be able to place it myself now. Then I think it was the Titans. It was the Titans stuff after that. So So I did the Hazel Custom, the Hazel Custom combat colors. It's debatable if that should count, because not only are the Hazels debatable as Gundams anyway, but they have Gundam in the name, so I include them. But also it's like Hazel Custom combat colors. Are those two different units? That's debatable too, because like in some pictures you'll see like multiple Hazel Custom combat colors next to each other, so maybe there is more than one of them. Then the Gundam Mark II, then the Gundam Mark II AU colors, the Gundam Mark II Char colors, and yeah, this is excluding like regular versions, version 2s, extendeds. Wasn't including those when thinking about it. And there's the, can I place that from here? If I jump, maybe. Yes. So I can now start placing from down here if I want, which is good. I might do that with the dirt, but I don't need to do that with everything. Dang it. Yeah, this is why I need to do this up there, at least for this layer anyway. Yeah, because now I can place it without jumping. Dang it. Swap that out. There we go. There's the Psycho Gundam Mark 1. The Zeta Gundam Char colors, Zeta Gundam Titans colors, Amro's. Oh yeah, I forgot Amro's Gundam Mark II as well, now that I think about it. Then Amro's Zeta Gundam, and then Amro's Zeta Gundam from Green Divers. They pretty much like made up, I think, their own Amro's Zeta Gundam to go, and it came out around the same time. It's like a convention exclusive along with the Amro's Mark II. And then they're like, well, now there's an actual Amro's Zeta Gundam in Green Divers, so I guess we'll make that too. There we go. I'm not going to count the Yakushiki as a Gundam. Yeah, I think I listed all the Zetas now. I'm not going to count the clear blue one. Because that's, I don't really know what that's supposed to represent. The biosensor, maybe? Or just a special clear blue action figure, because companies just make things like that. But I'm not going to count that. Okay, I'm getting to a point where I can now soon just walk up there myself. And there's the Double Zeta Gundam. then there's the new Gundam. I think that's it. That might be it. I wasn't counting when naming these off, so I don't know if I've counted all 32. So maybe I'm missing one. And I'm not looking at anything right now. I'm just thinking about it in my head. Is that all of them? I don't remember. It's at least a good majority of them if I haven't named all the ones I named last night. Okay. So now we have reached the end. So I might have this go out a bit. Dang, I'm low on this stuff. And then I'll make a hole. Okay, that's something I need to consider. Because the layer is there, so I need to tear down these two layers here. Okay, that's fine. Because yeah, these don't go anywhere. I wish I had a shovel about now. Yeah, I think that's all of them that I can think of. I don't know if I'm missing one. Because they didn't make anything in the MSA line past Char's counterattack when it came to the Universal Century. They barely even made anything for Double Zeta Gundam. The only things they made were the Double Zeta itself, and then the Cubile Mark IIs, which I'm pretty sure are just repaints of the regular one. So that's why they did those, because they were just easy to make. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. So that makes that 6 long. I might make that 9 long, actually. And then it will go this way. Just make it temporary by up. And make a hole. Like that. That's cool. Let's plug that up. Can I do that from here? Well, I can just do this. Obviously I would also like this to be filled in with grass. Same with over here. Do I have enough stone? Yeah, I have enough stone for this. I was also thinking, what Titans mobile suits did they make? Because they made a really good amount of them. Which makes perfect sense when you think of the time frame they were coming out. Most of those figures, not pretty much all of them, were released in like 2004 to 2000, well, 2004 to 2008, but most of those came out in 2004 to 2006. And it makes perfect sense that they released those at the time because Zeta Gundam: A New Translation was coming out in Japan at the time. Well, now that I look at it, I don't need this. Why did I do this? It doesn't need, it's not 3 wide like the... Okay. Because yeah, I'm like, that looks weird. It's because it's too long. There we go. That looks a little better. That looks a little better. Okay. So, how do I want to do this? Do I want it to just be this? Or do I want it to be bigger and more interesting looking? Because this is nice that I finally have a way to get down here. Normally. I don't know. But this will be cool. I might even get rid of. I might get rid of this layer too. Get rid of this. Any torches on there? Yeah, there's one. Yeah, this looks cool. It's pretty much turned out exactly how I thought it would. It looks nice. It'll look even better when I decorate it. Like add, like, enclose this area. There we go. That didn't take too long, I think. I don't know. Wasn't keeping track. That looks good. I like it. Oh yeah, I was talking about Titan's mobile suits, that's right. So they made, like, compared to the AUG, I think they made like almost 30 or over 30 Titans figures. Whereas the AUG got like a third of that. But that makes sense because obviously the villains of Gundam series always get a lot more designs than the heroes do. It's pretty much just, oh, you'll have your main set of mobile suits, and then you'll have like a grunt suit to support them. That's pretty much how at least early Gundam shows worked. But the weird thing about like the MSA line was for the AUG, it's like they just did the main character ones and that's it. Like they didn't do the Nemo, they didn't make the GM2. Like the closest you get to a grunt for the AUG, I guess, is the Black Rick Diaz. That's it. So I'm like that's or the red one if you want to go for the rest of the series. So I'm like that's a bit weird. And really, those aren't really grunt suits. Those are still kind of reserved for mostly named characters. So it's kind of odd that that's what they chose to do. Yeah, this looks cool. I like this. So, let's see if I can think of them all that they did for For the AUG, they did the Gundam Mark II, the Zeta Gundam, the Hyakushiki, the Rick Diaz, the Black Rick Diaz, the Methis. I don't think they did a Super Gundam. I don't think they did. So that might be it for the AUG. Unless you want to count, well, yeah, Amuro's Zeta Gundam, maybe the other Amuro's Zeta Gundam, the other Amuro's Mark II, so that's 9 figures now. And if you want to count the 3 char-colored figures, the 3, like the char-colored Hyakushiki, char-colored Zeta, and char-colored Mark II, so that's 12. That's about it, really, which is kind of strange. It's like no Nemo, no GM2. Really? Okay. Where the Titans, it's like, oh, you get. It's kind of weird they didn't make a GM Quell. They made a. They made the Hazel, but they didn't retool it to make a GM Quell. And they made a GM Custom, so it's like, why didn't you make a? Okay. Probably because those were later releases. So, let's see, can I think of them all? They did the Hyzak. If you want to cut the Federation Hyzak, they did that too. Though, as the name implies, it's not technically a Titan suit, but I might as well count it. They did the Marasai. They did the Titans Test Team colored Marasai. They did the Gavaldi Beta. They did the Titans Test Team Gavaldi Beta. So there's 6 so far. They did the Ashamar, the Green Divers Ashamar, so that is now 8. I'm counting this with my fingers. They did. I'm not looking at anything, I'm just trying to think of on the top of my head. Obviously the Hazel. The Hazel Custom and the Hazel Custom Titans colors, so that's 11 now. They did the Gabflay, that's 12. What else did they do? The Psycho Gundam Mark 1, so that's 13. The Bound Dock, and then the Bound Dock Gates Kappa versions of the gray one, so that's 15. The Hammurabi, so that's 16. Of course, the Gundam Mark II. I'm not going to count the 3 different numbered ones. So that's 17. So I've listed 17 so far. I guess the Titans colored Zeta Gundams, that's 18. The Titans Gundam, so that's from Gear and Screed, so that's 19. What am I blanking on? I'm sure there's something I'm missing. Oh yeah, the O, that's 20. What else? I'll look it up now. What am I missing? I've listed most of it at this point. Let's go to Mandarake, and then Zeta, Gundam, MIA, to find all of them. At least the ones they've had available recently. See if I can spot something that I missed. I'm currently at 20. Is there... Let's see here. Have I done all of them? Did I say the green diver's Ashmore? I don't remember if I did. Is that it? Okay, so let's count them from here. So the first one I see on here is the O. So that's 1. And the Hyzak, that's 2. The Gavaldi Beta and Marasai Titans test team colors, that's 4. The Boundox, that's 5. Ashmar, that's 6. The Gundam Mark II, so that's 7. Harma B and regular Gavaldi Beta, so that's 8 and 9. Gates's Boundox, that's 10. Regular Marasai, so that's 12 or 11. The Green Divers Hashmar, so that's 12. Federation Hyzak, I'm going to count, so that's 13. Hazel, so that's 14. Hazel Custom Titans colors, that's 15. Psycho Gundam, I should have said before the Hazel Custom Titans color, so that's 16. I think, if I'm counting right. Then the Zeta Titans colors, that is 17. Titans Gundam, so that's 18. Regular Hazel Custom is not on here, so that's 19. What else did I list that's not here? I don't remember, but yeah, I think I listed them all. That's probably all of them. There were some weird ones that they skipped. Like obviously, the AUG. It's like really the only thing you really missed was the Nemo and the GM2, which I still think are pretty big deals. At least the Nemo. I'm like GM2, okay, fine, but the Nemo, they didn't do that. Even the GM2 is a big one. I'm like, you could have repainted that at least twice, maybe even 3 times. You want to go for animation error colors when it's colored like a Nemo. You could have done that too. So that's really the only major thing missing for the AUG. But for the Titans, you're missing the GM2. You are missing the Barzam. But if I want to go in order, so this is the GM2. I think then that would be the Gabflay, not the Gabflay, the Gaplint, then the Byerlint, and then maybe the Barzam, or maybe the Barzam is before the Byerlint, I forget. What else is missing? The Gundam, Psycho Gundam Mark II. So that's 5 Titan suits so far. Like, it's not that many that's missing, but still, that's some weird ones. Like, the Byerlint is the weirdest one to me. I'm like, you didn't make that? Like, I was thinking, did they make all of Jared's mobile suits? It's like, nope, they missed the Byerlint, so, okay. I thought that was weird. I'm like, they didn't make that? Like, sure, I don't think the Byerlint was as popular as it is today back then, but still, it's a little strange. They made the Boundock before the Byerlint. I'm like, okay, well, I guess that makes sense. You can repaint that. You can't repaint the Byerlint. They could have even repainted it 3 times if they ever wanted to make the Jared's one. Though I later learned it's like, oh wait, he doesn't actually use this one in the show. He uses Rosamia's. I kind of forgot. And it was kind of funny when I made the bound dot color schemes in GBO2 a few weeks ago. It's like, oh wait, yeah, his is literally just the one that was intended for him, the third unit, is literally just hers, but the yellow and pink are inverted. I thought that was funny. Like they swap places. So I was just like, oh wait, it's literally just that. How did I never notice that before? Okay. So I might as well grab a bunch of cobblestone. Since this shouldn't take too long. How long have I been streaming? Almost 3 hours, okay. I guess it's not a terribly long stream. Let's put this dirt away. Let's put the cobble or the stone away. Where was it before? I think it was in here. I'll take the cobblestone. Put that in there. I need that. Let's grab all of this. This is probably way too much, but I'll build like a structure around this. It's like start the setup of it. Just to denote where it is. Like that. I don't know, maybe something like this. Maybe another block high. Let's say 1 block in. Like that. it up like this. I'm out of torches. Dang it. Maybe I don't need this one. How does that look? I don't know, I'll probably change it. Like, it looks pretty ugly right now, but it gets the point across, kind of, at the moment. I need more torches, though. So, as I said, I might use netherrack. Yeah, I can't really start working on this without torches. So let's say it's like this. Then we have either a torch in there or a netherrack with fire in there, I think. Would look cool. That's the idea, but I need to light up that bit. Or maybe more easier would be slabs, so nothing spawns on there. I don't know. The only reason I don't really want to use netherrack, even though I think it would look cool and be a more unique touch, is it would be loud, so I don't know. At the same time, it would take away from the sound of the... It's just I don't know if I want to hear it from above this, though, is the problem. Because the sound of fire travels a lot, so... Yeah, you get the point, though. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what this place will probably look like. Let's say if I ended the stream now, I'll probably continue working on this off camera, and then eventually, whenever I do the next stream, when I work on the greenhouse more, you'll see this finished. That's probably a good idea. Okay, yeah, I think I'll do that. So, what did I accomplish today? I finished the setup for the pyramid. Did I just get No, okay. Felt like a vibration from my phone. I finished setting up this, and I finished setting up this. So, I just need to decorate it now. Maybe I'll make the process any time speed video. I think that would work. But it might not be a good one though, because it's not very long. Maybe the next stream I'll finish working on, or I'll continue working on the pyramid, and maybe I'll decorate the beach. I think that would be cool. I wonder if the new baby mobs will be out by then, because they just came out with new, like, baby glow squids and stuff. They just announced those. Yeah, this will be cool. It's like, sure, it would be quicker if this was stairs, but this looks cooler. So, I'm happy with this. This looks cool. I like it. But yeah, I definitely need to make more torches. I'll probably get rid of this dirt layer in this, but replace it with cobblestone, just to make it look uniform. Yeah, it looks nice. Is there anything else I want to talk about? Oh yeah, I saw some cool stuff today. I saw at the GameStop I often go to, they had the Knight Rider Transformer, Agent Knight. It's kind of in a beat up box, but they had him. They also had the new, I don't know if it's new, but they had the Black Series Shore Trooper helmet, which I thought was cool to see. I went to a Target and I saw that in their Lego section they had a polybag area, but what was weird was the polybags were paper. Like, obviously it makes sense, like, it's better for the environment than the plastic ones that they've been using for the last forever, but what was funny about them was because they're not like new polybags, these are, at least I think they're not new ones. I think they're just later releases of like ones that did use plastic bags. They just use the print or whatever from the plastic bag and just print it on paper, so it looks kind of funny. And then one really weird thing I spotted at Walmart today was Transformers 40th Retro Bombshell. This figure, as obviously for being Transformers 40th, was supposed to come out in 2024 for the 40th anniversary. It's 2026 now, and I saw a peg full of these. And they weren't there before. These were just put out, I think. So it's like, why are these here? I remember like these being announced, but I never saw them in stores because I think they were like one of the later retro like vintage reissues. So it was really like, yeah, Bombshell and Ramhorn, and I'm just like, really, what? So it was odd to see those today. Oh yeah, and I guess I'll talk about some other things I saw at comic shops and stuff. Like the same day I saw the Halo figures, I saw in the bin of bags they had a Star Wars the Black Series First Order Mountain Trooper, which is like the First Order like short trooper kind of looking figure for $15. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I've always liked that figure, but I didn't buy it. What else? I don't know. It's probably stuff that I talked about in the other stream. Might be going back to that comic shop I went to a few weeks ago in the next 2 days, and then this weekend I might go to the other comic shop or collectible store that I've been going to for years. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be up to. I was kind of hoping that I would have someone to talk to for this whole stream, but that didn't happen. But that makes sense. It's like, yeah, he's probably busy working on a Minecraft project, so he doesn't need to sit here and talk to me. I don't know why he never brought up, like, how about we make a party? I don't know. Because it'd be easier to talk to him that way. Oh well. But yeah, so I'm happy with this. It's going to take a while for the grass to grow, but yeah, I think I'll end the stream now. Did I get done talking about everything? Okay. I think I might have. Oh yeah, there was one item that I saw that I liked and maybe considered, but I was like, probably not. Was someone listed a BotCon 2011 animated sideswipe for 140 free shipping without his missiles for his bow, but he had the bow though, so I'm like, okay. That's a figure I like, so. But I didn't. It sold. Another figure that's kind of tempting is Reverse Convoy for 150 free shipping, but no. It's a bit too much. For me, at least. I don't know. I could probably do it, but I don't want to do that. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. Anything? Yeah, I think that's good. Check Ricari one more time. Oh, that's cool. Is this an official version? I think so. Yeah, so somebody just bought 44 minutes ago a Transformers Classics Nemesis Prime, but it's like the Japanese version. It's like in 2008 we got a version of this as like an SDCC exclusive, but like later on in Japan, Takara released it as a more classic Nemesis Prime color. It's the red windows, the grays instead of the blues and stuff, and this sold for 44 or 45 plus $8 shipping, protection fees from Texas. Dang it, that would have been cool to get. Oh well. That's why you check things. Oh yeah, I remember a few days ago, I'll talk about this before I go. I remember, I think last year, I looked into like the Lego Ninjago NRG figures, which were the final, I think, spinner ninjas they released in like 2012. And I was like, since I was a kid, I've had Zane and Cole, and I was able to somehow find all the parts for them minifigure wise. I don't know where their spinners are, probably lost at this point. But and I was like, okay, I'd like to get the other two, since they're the only set of ninjas that I have members of that I didn't complete as a kid. And then I'm like, oh, it's like Kai is kind of expensive, but I can sometimes find cheap ones. Like I remember I found one with the spinner for like 25 bucks on Mercari last year, but I didn't buy it. Kind of wish I did. But Jay is like ridiculous. Like he's like 80 bucks just for the minifigure sometimes, maybe more. Like a lot more sometimes. And the problem is it's like maybe even like hundreds of dollars just for him. And I'm like, are you kidding me? It's because those figures had really low production runs. They didn't last that long on shelf. For whatever reason, they underproduced those figures a lot, so they're very rare, I guess. Like apparently on the wiki I checked, I think Jay was only in production for like 2 months, and then they stopped making him. And obviously that meant that he eventually stopped getting shipped to stores not long after. So it's a very short period of time that he came out, which is weird to me. And the problem is there's also millions of knockoff versions of them. So I'm like, okay, this is going to be difficult. I remember I found one, I was leaving a Sam's Club the other day with my dad. I checked Mercari, and I found one that showed up with the spinner for like 200 bucks, because I'm like, that's really the only good way I could say that, yeah, this is a real one, is if it has a spinner. But I'm like, I don't know, like a better one just like this. Like I found one loose complete with the cards and all of his accessories for like 150 showed up on Mercari last year and sold eventually. And I had that liked, and I was like, oh, that would probably be the most ideal version. Whereas this one, it's just him with the spinner and some random accessories that weren't his. So I'm like, okay. So I didn't buy that, but someone bought that for like or like 205 or something. Like, geez, this is gonna take forever. I don't know. I just thought that was funny. Okay, enough delay. I think I'll end the stream now. So I hope whoever's watching this in the future enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed working on it. Not that I had much to do. Well, I did. I accomplished what I wanted. And I guess, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.